I'm going to turn the speed up.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So here we go.
Mikey's too kind.
No, I knew what Tommy was doing there. I liked it. Okay, so we're
Oh,
looking
let's
here.
see.
So let's quickly slide back up. We got Young, Stroud, Tyree Wilson, which this may be the first three picks. I think Tyree Wilson goes before Will Anderson. People are down on him for some reason. Tyree Wilson is very um, physically gifted, and people are going traits over production and tape. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's go. Jalen Carter went 9. Ooh. Stronsky, Paris Johnson. Darnell Wright went 17. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Then Broderick Jones went 18. Bijan went. Addison went. Nolan Smith went. Michael Meyer went. Okay. So it leaves me here. Listen, I know everybody wants me to go tackle. I'm going to show you why I'm not going to go tackle. 6'4", 315. He doesn't fit the Bills archetype right now for for tackle anyways. They like the bigger tackles, more athletic tackles. He's also projected to be more of a swing tackle right off the top. So are we going to waste the first round pick to sit him behind someone as a swing tackle? I don't think so. When we have more needs, he could have he could really have upped his draft stock with another year. He probably could be a really good tackle moving forward. Already an F. That's fine, Scott. You can hate it. I'm not going. I'm not going. He is my least favorite tackle in the draft.
Real quick, I do want to say something before Joey. Love you, bud. But we, you got to remember, we talked, if you remember Twitter and everywhere else when everyone was saying Trey White was going to be ready week 1 for sure. He's going to be back week one, right? Everybody. And they were blasting me when I said, I don't think so. I think Trey White might not be back till week. So I understand, but what you hear and what happens is totally two different things, man. Hamlin has a lot going on, bro. That's not a hand injury. This guy had a heart attack 3 times, right? Like, so it's a lot more mental and probably physical. Yes, physically, he could probably perform and get out there, but we don't know. Nobody does. You know what I mean? I'm just throwing that out there, and the team too has to.
You're picking someone in case he doesn't come back. Got it.
Exactly. That's it. I'm not saying he won't be back or he doesn't want to be back, but I'm just saying just because you heard it doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's a fact.
Also, guys,
you heard that
you
a
have to
lot
remember, Tommy is very much a wait. I'm going to wait to see. He doesn't believe he's going to play. He doesn't think he's ever going to play again. Tommy's come out and said this multiple times. He said, "I'll believe it when I see it." After what happened,
I think he's going to be more of an ambassador for CPR in the NFL, and they're going to find a spot for him where he's involved in the NFL. That's just where I'm throwing that out there. I could be wrong, and I hope he does play. I'm just throwing that out there, guys. I don't know.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to talk about. I hate Anton Harrison. I'm not a fan of his tape. I'm not a fan of his size or his archetype for the Bills. If we went right tackle, it would be Dwan Jones. He doesn't fit archetype either, but he's a right tackle only. So I know what Tommy's feelings are about a guy like this. 6'8", 374. He's a massive boy.
Massive human
being. Jared, what's your thoughts on Jones?
I like DeJuan Jones, me personally. He's a lot quicker than I think a lot of people kind of give him credit for. I know a lot of people have some concerns with his lateral agility, but I think again he's quicker than I think what people kind of give him credit for. He's very similar to Torrance, man. He puts the paws on you, man. It's over. You might as well just cancel your rep. I mean, he's a big dude, man. As far as that aspect, very very anchored, very physical. I always put this. I got this evaluation down to him. He can get a little overconfident because I think he relies too much on his size sometimes. That he kind of there are a lot of situations where he kind of forgoes his technique, kind of forgets the fundamentals, and just say, you know what, I'm just big guy. I'll get my paws on you. You're not going to go anywhere, and that can sometimes make him lose reps because of that. But I think really kind of besides that, if we're just talking about a guy that if you can just kind of coach him up just a little bit, again, I don't think he has any any huge glaring flaws like an Anton Harrison, who who has again, he doesn't really have the ceiling, and then just I just think that DeJuan Jones, just from a prospect wise, is a much better prospect than Harrison. So yeah, if you want to try to get that again, if you want to try to get that true Buffalo Bills size type player, with that has that physicality, that is a at least at this point a much better pass anchor, or much better pass pro, than Spencer Brown, then yeah, I would like DeJuan Jones.
I would like DeJuan Jones.
I wouldn't hate it either.
I want to say, someone said I said because he's a right tackle, I'm talking about that. No, my biggest concern with Jones is his size. He reminds me of Mikey Becton. Mikey Becton was a top 10 pick, but he also hasn't played much due to the size. He's
gonna have to lose weight.
He's kind of eating his way out of. I will tell you, Jones has been on the top 30 picks draft, visits for the Bills. I think he's on there. I would feel more comfortable trying to trade down here and not take Jones at 27. But I'm gonna see if it'll let me. I picked up 35 and 79, so let's see.
Ooh.
Jones went, but that's fine.
Mikey Beane trading back.
I did and picked up extra picks. Here I'm looking. I go Mezzie Smith here.
Chuckles likes it. Chuckles likes it.
I love
you're getting
Bergeron.
that out of spin already. Very upset with you. Very upset. Twitter was
okay. I traded
mad.
down. That's fine. I love Bergeron. So looking here, I like some of the stuff that we got. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's see who wants to trade.
Whoa, we're doing another trade. Okay.
I'm collecting picks for my trade for D-Hop.
Oh, Jarek, what do you think? You liking this D-Hop coming to Buffalo again?
Yeah, listen, man. We gotta win. We gotta do something, and I don't think Gabriel Davis is gonna get the job done. So if you can get DeAndre Hopkins, I know a lot of people say, well, he's old and they're concerned that he hasn't played a foot. Listen, he's not going to be the number one guy here. That's still going to be Stephon Diggs' role. But if anything, I think that actually that's a positive for me, because that means that DeAndre Hopkins, he's not going to get the attention compared to what he was with the Cardinals and Texans. So I love this move. Go ahead and get him.
Okay, so I moved down, right? And they went Keely Ringo, Drew Sanders, Jack Campbell went, Mozzie Smith went, which is great. Because I was looking at Bergeron anyways. We were at his pro day. I'm taking your right tackle.
Well, there you go, guys. There's your right tackle off the board. Mikey
I'm
went
taking your right tackle.
Z-Mad. He did it.
I did. Mike
Andy
no right tackle. I just took a right tackle. Bergeron out of Syracuse.
Yeah. Andy got some picks. He's piling up.
He's a guard what makes you think he's a guard in the NFL?
Ooh, Spin not liking it. Jarek. Oh, F-. Oh, man.
Well, fine. You don't think? I think he's
the right tackle.
Chuckles
likes it. Chuckles is happy.
I truly believe that he fits, his archetype fits with what our O-line coach likes to do.
Scott loves it. Scott's giving you an A already.
We're looking
Z-Mad with an A+. All right.
That's fine. Now we're looking at going to make our deal for your boy.
All right.
D-Hop. We want D-Hop, right?
You see, Jarek, if we would have took a tackle anywhere, we would have got an A in the chat.
Unless you're Spin. He wants one of the elite. He wants one of the elite right tackles. He would rather Harrison. I think Bergeron's gonna be better than Harrison, personally.
Oh, Spin says he's Cody Ford 2.0.
Not even close.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all. Spin is the toughest critic, man. Regardless, I love him though.
He wants that at 27. He wants one of those tackles. I don't think he cares which one. You could take Harrison there and he'd be like, "Yeah, give me Harrison," and then we won't play him.
This is great, bro.
Wow.
We got a great chat. I love the chat, bro. Scott's always pissed off. Spins like
So I'm gonna
Throwing
give up.
right
I'm gonna give up
hooks at everybody.
79 and 116 is the two that I traded back for D Hop.
What are you giving up? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give up 79 and 116, the two picks I traded
Okay,
back
okay.
for to pick up D Hop.
There you go. Okay. Smart move. And,
Okay.
all right, there we go. Yeah.
So then we took our right tackle. So now we're looking for what, we got our wide receiver, right? Oh, look who's on the board. My favorite.
Oh, he does. Mikey
I am a
loves this
huge
guy.
Pittman fan. He could play guard or center, 6'6", 313. He could start at guard and then kick into center. He very much reminds me of Landon Dickerson.
Does he troll as good as Landon Dickerson?
Oh, I don't know. probably doesn't troll as good as Landon Dickerson. Landon Dickerson's an elite troll, but a lot of those Eagles offensive linemen are elite trolls. So here, I would probably take Tippmann. I would take Tippmann over White Blair.
Triggs is loving it.
Then if you decide to keep Mitch Morris this year, you could still use Tippmann and slide him in at right guard.
That is true.
Okay, so now we're at 91, which is our normal third-round pick. And at this point, I don't know what we're going to do with Ed Oliver. I really don't. I'm not going to – if we traded Ed Oliver, I'd be okay with it, and I would take a Kobe Turner here as well. I love him. However, I'm not going to because I don't think we're going to. However, I do think we're going to need another D end, and I'm going to take Isaiah McGuire here.
Nice. I like that pick.
He's 6'4", 268, fits the archetype. Very good run defender. Plus, he has pass rush moves. And this is AJ Epinez's last season, so it puts another young linebacker.
Yeah, got to get that replacement.
Yep.
I agree. Hey, I like it.
Nobody else does, but that's okay. We need young receivers. However, if you think about it, Spin or Daniel, if we bring in D Hop, I don't think we're going to get another young receiver because of who we have in there. We may take a late round receiver, and if that's the case, you look at like Xavier Hutchinson. This could be a late round receiver we look at, and that may pop up here. So we're at 130 now.
And we still got Khalil Shakir, who's, I mean, I know you guys are still sleeping on him.
He's young.
Right. I mean, and I think he's going to be a good receiver in this league. And I thought last year he made some phenomenal plays, especially with the yak. I mean, he's had very few drops. So that is a guy that's a younger receiver that's on this team. Somebody looked, that is a young receiver that can potentially be the slot receiver of the future for the Bills. Just throwing that out there.
That sucks. Hutchinson went.
We could always
get another receiver
next year too.
Voorhees went in 98. Now, Voorhees was one of my guys that I like to stash because he's going to be out all of this year. You can put him on IR right away and then be ready for next year as we lose some of our one-year guys, but he's already gone. So when we look here, we say, okay, who do we got on the board? Chandler Zala. 6'5", 325 guard. One of those project guys that has some potential, high upside. His floor is not as high as I'd like it to be, but his ceiling's extremely high. So I'm going interior O-line.
All right. Mikey's building up the trenches. I like it.
A lot earlier, too, compared to what Beane has actually done in the
draft.
We're going to take some linemen. It's going to be in the 6th and 7th round.
D-Hop did.
Right.
D-Hop, Davis,
always, dude.
With D-Hop. So we have Diggs, D-Hop, Davis, Hardy, Shakir, and Sherfield. Yeah.
And Sherfield might be a hidden gem, man. I'm telling you, he had a really solid year last year with the Dolphins.
I think Shakir's.
No, he is too. I'm saying Shakir for sure, but I mean, out of free agent signings, I think Sherfield's. He had I'm telling you, he had a good, solid season for the Dolphins, man. I think he can make some noise on this team, man.
So when I'm looking to see who else is on the board here, I'm not overly fond. So let me ask you, Jarek, what's your thoughts on trying to trade for a linebacker.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Because here's the thing: there's a guy by the name of Devin White in Tampa Bay who's asking out. He's in his 5th-year option.
Yes, he is.
He has $11 million option. We have a gentleman in Ed Oliver who wants to get paid as well. Could you see a swap of 5th-year option guys?
I think because I think Devin White is. I think his value has dropped a tad bit compared to what he was a couple of years ago. I think you can make it happen. I think that is something I think could happen because Tampa Bay was a little weak in the trenches. They did not really have a good 3 technique guy for them. And what does Ed Oliver? I mean, if we're just talking about his value, he plays at his best when he has a really good 1 technique he can play alongside with. So, that could be something. That could be something right there. Devin White does not want to be there. We desperately need an inside. We desperately need a player we can pair it up with Matt Milano, and that could be something. I would like that move if we can make that happen.
In this world, they take it straight up.
Yeah.
If we needed to add in a draft pick, I'd be willing to do that too. Nope.
They're taking it.
They took it. So we traded Oliver, so now I'm looking D-line. Who's out there? Love Coburn, love 6'2", 332. I think I'm going to pick Coburn here.
Coburn?
Yep. I'm going to play him at 1 tech, and I'm going to settle to 3 tech behind Jordan Phillips this year. And then be looking for a better 3 tech in the draft next year.
And if he's not the guy, we still got, Daquan Jones and
Chuckles, I think Oliver could be a beast in the right system. I don't think we use him the way he should be used.
Kind of like Edmonds. Wasn't used right.
Okay, and then with our last pick, let me see who's at tight end. I love this guy. He's more of a receiver. He reminds me a lot of Mallory in the way he does things. 6'6", 248. He's not the greatest blocker, but he's more of a receiving threat tight end. But with our O-line coach, I can see him being good enough as a blocker or using, as we just brought in a right tackle, using Spencer Brown as blocking tight end. Big guy, and I'm going to take our tight end here.
7th round. Why not?
Room. Yep, take a flyer.
Why not? Why not?
And at that point, my draft comes to an end.
Oh, my.
All right.
Oh, my. Hey, you got a lot of picks. You got a lot of
I moved around a bunch. I made a couple trades. Lots of money I added. I added Scott, 2 All-Pros.
Scott's never happy.
So I went Bergeron.
Whoa, look at this grading. PFF loves Mikey.
I went traded down twice. Picked up Bergeron, picked up Tittman, got us a new edge to put in rotation. Grabbed us another guard. Grabbed us a D 1 tech. Grabbed us a developmental tight end, and then traded for Hopkins and White.
Hey, B+.
That Tittman pick is my favorite. I love the Tittman.
I love Joe Tittman. He's one of my draft crushes this year. Is Joe Tittman.
I'll tell you what though, we trade down twice. It's gonna be a long night for me and Mikey when we're going live.
Especially in round 1. We trade out of round 1. We're gonna be on there just to be talking about nothing.
Oh my god, dude. Hey, I like all of the drafts.
What do you? I want to know what Joey's talking about. He says, "Why do we always go with someone who's not that good and has a high ceiling? Take someone that's good that has a high ceiling." Most of those guys are in the top 20 players that are good now and have a high ceiling. Very rarely do you get them outside of the top 20. I mean, it happens. You have the Creed Humphreys and those type of guys that come out, but it's a lottery ticket, man. You draft guys that have high ceilings, that have
that's
the
the draft.
measurables, you know,
Yeah.
and you hope you hit on them.
Yeah.
You know,
And
that's why we got a draft. The draft is where the top players with the high
White D
ceiling
Hop
go to.
alone equals A-. All, you know.
Exactly.
I did, Daniel. I moved Settle into 3-tech, which is more of his natural position, and I drafted a 1-tech to replace him. So we stopped playing Settle out of position, which I think will then help. And then next year we will go into the 3-tech market, as we have a 1-tech to replace. We've got Coburn, who's going to replace our expiring contracts on the D line, and then we'll really be able to dig into it next year. So I did.
Yeah.
I fixed our linebacker position for this year. So basically, I took it, you know, from one, because I do think if Jordan Phillips can stay healthy, he's an impact 3-tech.
Mm-hmm.
So your guys' thoughts?
Yeah. That's a solid draft, man.
I would be super happy if we did this. Now, let's be perfectly honest. This is more of a Madden draft than a Brandon Beane draft.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's not right.
I had to go with the Brandon Beane draft, man.
Right.
You did. Honestly,
I had to go with it.
Draft, yours is probably the most realistic.
Right. You are right. No trades for players. Like, mind you, me and Mikey traded for players. Brandon Beane does not trade for players. Very rare. So that probably won't happen. So
a lot of projects.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys that don't fit the scheme, but we're gonna force them to fit the scheme.
Right. He's this. We're gonna try to. Right. We don't know really where we're gonna put him.
So we made it through 3 mocks tonight, all a little bit different. Jarek started us off with a legit NFL style mock draft. Tommy added in the trade of D Hop, and then I decided to one up him and traded for a linebacker. Now I added a ton of money as well to our team, so Beane would have to figure that out.